This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
Hi, this is Joe Rabil. So pretty excited. I want to unleash a new tool for you guys. I think something pretty powerful that can give you I think some insights into what to expect by using the higher time frame. Short-term moving average, it's a 4-period moving average on the higher time frame, along with the bar, the open, the midpoint of each bar to give you a real feel for what to expect on a smaller time frame. So if we want to trade on a 5-minute chart, we can look at this on a daily and it can give us a pretty powerful, I think, advantage. All right, let's go ahead and get going with this. Now, if you want to learn more about some of these techniques, you can start with my book. You can click the link in the description to find out more. Also, if you do enjoy this type of content, please hit that like button and also subscribe. Okay, so I've got the spider chart, 5-minute chart up, all right? But we're going to switch around and look at different time frames. I want to explain something that I think can be very valuable, and that is what I've got is the bar. I've got instead of the candles, I've got the bars up, and I've just got them kind of in a lime green so you can really see them. And I've put in the 4-period simple moving average in red. All right, and then this white line is the midpoint of each bar. All right, and it becomes important on these big bars. We want to know what the midpoint is. So when we come back and check it or test it or whatever, we know whether that's holding or not. And but what we want to do is we want to look at the price of the pattern. We want to use the bars in relationship to the 4 and the distance from the 4 to tell us what to expect. So as this made this monster bar to the upside, green bar, and crossed over the 4 and made it, instead of falling, it started rising here. All right. And then we got an indecision bar. We can see we opened and closed right around the same area. But in reality, this was just what I would consider to be a pause bar. It makes a big move to the upside, and then instead of continuing to move far away from the 4, it came back and tested the 4 and just kind of consolidated sideways. Okay. Then we opened up this new bar. This is the key bar right here. We have an open. All right. And we come back down and test the 4. If we break that 4, then we know that this was just a short-term rally and it's probably rolling back to the downside. It's failing at resistance or whatever. All right. But the fact of the matter is it came down, it tested the 4, and then it came back up through the open. Coming back up through the open is incredibly important in this situation because we had this strong move to the upside, giving us, sort of insinuating that there's upside move. We're starting an upside move. We don't have any follow through from this. This is really more of a pause bar. So we need to see how this reacts at this level. It comes down and it takes out that open. So taking out that open is a very bullish sign. So if you're looking to play individual stocks with this happening to the SPY, it's usually a pretty good sign. Now, I use this typically on a daily chart. So I've got this on the 5-minute. I'm going to switch this to the daily. You can see that the price bars are kind of squished a little bit, but we can use this same type of price action, and I've been working with some guys one-on-one and teaching them how to intraday trade. And one of the things we talk about is this 4-period MA here, and we rally up. We try and make a move through it to the upside, and then coming back down through the open is a big deal. We're back through the open to the downside. We're back through the 4, right? We're kind of continuing this reversal, and you can see what's happening to the midpoint. The midpoint is crossing down through the 4, and we're getting this. You almost want to look at this white line, this midpoint line, as when it crosses down below, is like a moving average crossover, and that short-term trend is down until it crosses back above here. And then you can see we only had one little hesitation here, but what happened on that bar, it came down and then it came back up through the open again. All right, and that was the start of a new move to the upside. Now we're testing the 4 again. Right, we've made this move. We got way too far away from the 4, so we needed to come back to it and test it. And then we opened. We had a small move to the downside, and now we're trying to push to the upside. So we've got this situation where we need to really watch this closely, because if this were to come back and fail back through the open and come back down, then we probably start to see this 4 start to roll over, and that would probably signify that this up move is probably over. But it looks for now like it's trying to defend this move, to defend the 4 and get back above it. All right, so we want to kind of use these, and we can actually go and look at a monthly chart. All right, and we can use this for our swing trading. All right, we can even go to a weekly to help with the swing trading. Let me just show you what I think is going to happen here. So we had this big reversal bar off the bottom that caused a move back to the upside, where the price crossed back above the 4, and then the following bar would get a monster green bar again. So we had 2 big weeks to the upside. The second week, the midpoint crosses up over the 4. We've got so the 4 is rising, essentially, right? That's kind of an important little thing. The 4 is rising, all right? We've got a little opening between where price is and where the 4 is. So this week should be a pause week. It should pause in here, maybe even come down a little bit, consolidate, and let this kind of catch up. That's the way it should play out. And if it were to do that, then we'd have an inside bar following this monster green bar. All right, that's typically a setup for continuation to the upside. All right, but we need to see a trigger. So if, let's say, this consolidates around and closes like this, and the 4 the following week is going to be up right nice and tight, maybe what this does is open here, come back down a little bit, and then turn back to the upside and take out the high of this prior bar. And if we get something like that, that would be very bullish. And again, this is on a weekly chart. So if we see that happening on the weekly, then we can sort of take advantage of swing trades that we're thinking about playing over the course of the next 2 to 4 weeks. So I would be using this. I would start to look at this and use this, and you can do it on individual stocks as well. If you want to look at the individual stocks, I haven't actually looked at any of these, but let's just look at something like Microsoft, and looking at it, let's look at the monthly chart. So you can see what's been taking place on the monthly. This is actually pretty wild. If you look at how this made this move to the upside, consolidated, and then crossed to the downside with a pretty negative bar. We closed below, that weekly bar closed below the midpoint, okay? It caused the 4-period moving average to start decline. So we have a declining midpoint, declining 4, all right? We make a lower high and a lower low, all right? And then the following bar is this inside bar that allows the 4 to kind of come down and catch up a little bit. All right, and then look at what happens the following bar. Now, I have not looked at this chart. I just selected it because it's one of the big names, right? It comes over and opens right at the 4, makes a push and fails. Coming back down through that 4 and through the open is incredibly important. And you can see this led to a big, huge decline over the next, this is a monthly chart, over the next 2 to 3 months, okay? Now look at what's happening. We actually have, almost looks like a little bit of exhaustion because you made such a big move. Now we're trying to work our way back to this 4, and we're going to have to see. We are, for the month, we opened the month, we came down and checked out the lows, we didn't go to a new low, and now we've come back up through the midpoint of the bar, but more importantly, we've come back up through the open, and I think this sets the stage for a move to test this 4. And I think that'll happen, this month, next month, and we're going to have to see how it handles that. If it can get back above the 4 and get the midpoint to cross over the 4, right? Then we have the turn. So we want to continue to watch for. We want to be looking for where the 4 is declining. At the first time the 4 is declining and the midpoint is declining, it's a great signal there, right? First time the 4 is declining and the midpoint is, rising and the midpoint is rising right there. These are really good signs. And what they do is they can help confirm what you're seeing on the smaller time frames, okay? So, I think I would use these and try and go through. And let me just see if we switch this to a daily chart, if it's telling us anything. So this had this monster gap up and give back here, but we can kind of, if we took that out of the equation, you can see that we've spent a lot of time working sideways right in this area, and it's starting to break out. So I would not be surprised if we're going to make a push up towards this 384 area and test out this prior level here. We're getting, look at what's happening for the first time in a bit. We've got the midpoint above the 4 and both of them rising. We opened up the day, came down and tested the prior day's close. Okay, and then came back up through the open, came up through the 4, came up through the midpoint. I mean, those are all bullish signs for the day. Okay, so we could see some upside follow through, clearing out some of this resistance here. We need to get through the midpoint of this bar. I think if we can get through 378 and a quarter, that would be a pretty good sign on a short-term basis. So if we don't get through that, or if we only get through it a little bit and it turns back down, then we know we're still kind of caught in a problem area. If we get through this, then there's a pretty good chance we're going to come up this 384, 385 level. So use these shorter-term lines. You can see when the 4 crosses down, the midpoint crosses down below the 4, and you stay below for an extended period, then cross back above, that's probably the end of the decline, right? So just using these little things. Now, this is kind of interesting. Sometimes we get these crossovers here, but if you notice, we don't have the 4 rising. We only had a crossover of the midpoint, and that was rising, but the 4 was not rising. All right, so we have to have both. And then if you notice, it had another downside crossover, and then it continued to the downside. So be on the lookout for where both are rising. Now, if you have that, you've got a pretty nice advantage in knowing what to do on an intraday basis. So if I know that I come down, test out support, turn back up through these key lines, and I've got upside here, then I can go down to a 5-minute short-term 2-minute or something like that and look to play an upside move. I know maybe mark off these resistance levels that are really key and see where I'm going to find support or resistance. So I thought this was worthwhile talking about, going through and spending a few minutes on this. I think it can be an advantage. I know the guys that I'm working with one-on-one are finding it to be incredibly helpful in their daily trading. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. See you next time.